Slide Thursday.
We're sliding our bums right into Friday.
We made it over the hump.
Over the hump.
Now we're doing
Down
a bum slide right into Friday. How are you this morning? I hope you're doing
talking
really
to
well.
them.
Yeah, I don't care about you. I already talked to you today.
Yes.
That's enough.
That's
all right?
yeah,
How's rehearsal going?
You know what?
You said you were stiff today because you were dancing.
I was dancing. We were dancing, tightening up the numbers, and this is the fun part where we all kind of realize, okay, I know my choreography, I know my lines, I know my music. Now we actually get to really start to putting the show together, and it becomes a thing rather than.
And you're rehearsing for Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia, yes, which opens November the 21st.
So that's like next week.
I think Wednesday the 21st. Through Sunday the 25th. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense. The matinee's on Sunday.
Matinee's on the Sunday. We had to add that performance because the ticket sales are going. So not sold out yet. Tickets are still available.
Really?
Yes.
It's all because of you, no doubt.
No, it's not because... well, certainly it's because of the show.
Yes.
What a phenomenon that happened. You want to feel good?
It's huge, right?
Talk about what's going on in the world, all the problems of the world right now, and all this kind of stuff going on. Come to see Mamma Mia. Just brighten you right up.
So you're going to give me a free ticket?
Just come to Mamma Mia and it'll brighten you right up. Yeah, you know how much it costs to put on the show?
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Like $90,000.
I knew that it cost a fair amount of money to buy the rights.
The royalties for the show, you can't even do the show until you pay I think it's $12,000 US for Mamma Mia. For the rights. Oof. Yeah. So then once you have the rights, you have to get the license, right?
Sure.
And so then once you have the license, then on top of that, then you have to rent all the stuff.
The sets and the costumes.
We rented some costumes. We built a lot of stuff. Chris Covey is this woman in town who's this amazing designer builder, and so there's that. And then the musicians. I mean, you have to have musicians in the pit, and then you have to rent the theater, and you have to pay the technicians in the theater. And so the price tag on this show is about $90,000 ish, I think. So
awesome. Go see.
Yeah, really, come and support it. The talent in Sault Ste. Marie is stupid crazy. It's fantastic.
I've been doing this for a long time, and it amazes me still every single day how many talented people live in Sault Ste. Marie.
Well, when we had Agnes McCarthy and Paul Dingle on from the Northern Arts Academy, and that's that's a music theater school. There are other music schools in town. So many amazing
theater production.
All of our musical instructors in this city, no matter which school they teach for, they're all great teachers. I mean, you can't go wrong. Dance studios, the talent that comes out of this city is phenomenal.
Yes,
for a little old Northern Ontario.
Hence, Mr. Tim Murphy. Go see Mamma Mia.
Also from Northern Ontario. Luann Young.
Hey, CMAs last night. Did you catch it? Oh no, you were.
I was in rehearsal, but I was looking to see it now. One of my favorites, Keith Urban.
He got Entertainer of the Year.
I really do like him.
He was so shocked. I can't imagine why he was so shocked, but he was like flabbergasted. Do you remember who else
was nominated? Was Carrie Underwood nominated?
No, she wasn't. Oh, okay. Because I thought for sure she would be, but she wasn't.
She was off for a while though, right? Because she had.
Yeah, she had the stitching.
A fall or something.
Yeah. And
so who else?
When they announced his name, he jumped out of his seat. He and Nicole, his wife Nicole Kidman, hugged, it seemed like, for minutes. And they were both, through the whole thing, both bawling. Just crying their eyes out. Could not even stop. She was looking at him and she was overwhelmed. He was overwhelmed and he kept doing this with his t-shirt sleeve. It just was awesome.
That's
and
touching.
I also watched Garth Brooks. He sang a new song that he wrote to his wife Trisha Yearwood and talked about how she's so much stronger than him.
Did you lose it?
Oh my word. Seriously. And then Carrie Underwood.
She won vocalist, female vocalist.
She is stunning. This woman could not be more pregnant. And she looks beautiful.
And did she sing?
She sang and she rocked
She's one of my
house.
Favorite voices.
She can sing. And you know what? When you're pregnant, your lungs go like, because everything gets pushed up, right? So you can't breathe.
And not just lungs, diaphragm
too.
Yeah,
everything gets squished up.
There, right?
Yeah, and it's like over on your sides, and sometimes it never comes back, and all that. But she sang, and she was hitting strong, powerful. I was just so impressed. Nice. I remember doing the weather when I was pregnant, and honest to goodness, I walked from there to there, and I was like. Yeah, and I was so big that they started to shoot me from, as I got bigger and bigger.
Are. That's her best, Brad Paisley. He co-hosted with her, right? They were the hosts?
Yes. They always host together.
Look at her.
And he's awesome too. And such a fun show.
Yeah.
It's one of those award shows where you actually see performers perform. Mm-hmm. That's what's so much fun about it. It's like a variety show almost, like the old day ones, you know. I have to tell you something.
Go. What?
Oh my gosh. Do you remember months ago, this woman was getting gas in the States and she put in $20. And then she realized, oh my gosh, I don't have my cards, I don't have my money, I don't have my wallet, I don't have anything. A homeless man who was in the vicinity gave her his last $20
to pay for her gas.
To pay for her gas. So her and her husband
I do remember this.
were so overwhelmed that they started a GoFundMe page for him, for the homeless gentleman, and raised more than $400,000. And then there was a bit of a
gas.
Right? There was a bit of a scuffle afterward, not a scuffle, but a little bit of a dispute afterwards, like maybe a month and a half after the event. And some people were saying that...
Oh, that they took the money and did things with it.
Right? Yes.
That they went on trips and bought a car and all this stuff.
And they weren't giving the money to the homeless person. And
right, they didn't give him the whole thing.
And he said, they're not giving me the money, I don't know what's going on. Well, now...
And they said they were withholding it because he wasn't trustworthy yet. That he had to prove himself so that he wouldn't spend the money in the wrong places. I remember this now. What happened?
Most recently, all three of them have been charged with conspiracy. Because apparently the three of them got together and devised this little scam.
No, they did not.
Lovely. Isn't that outrageous?
Oh my gosh.
Why would someone who can think that way in a clever negative way, why would you not think in a clever positive way?
The face of Garrett behind the camera, he's just he's disgusted.
Could you imagine that? Can you imagine?
No,
I am so devastated.
People, use your clever minds for good.
Seriously.
People.
The three of them conspired, apparently, allegedly.
Where was that, on TMZ or something?
No, it's on Twitter, so it's got to be true.
It's got to be true.
Sure. Can you imagine that, though? Like, there was something sketchy going on with the couple.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, they weren't giving him the money. But now, apparently...
Why did he spoil things by coming out and saying, I'm not getting the money? Or maybe because they were taking more than their fair share. And he's like...
And maybe he didn't get any money. And maybe finally that's what made him go,
oh my gosh, the scandals.
I'm telling you.
Okay, now you talk about the Kardashians a lot. And I've
never watched them.
And I don't really get the whole Kardashian
Me neither.
thing. The Kardashian-Jenner reality show thing.
But apparently people who watch them and really like them talk about how smart they are, and they work hard.
Who was married to Kanye?
Kim.
She finally came out and talked about his Oval Office appearance.
She did.
Yes, but you know what? It's really cool what she said.
Oh.
She said, listen, Kanye's heart is in the right place. He just doesn't understand politics. And she said, so people are saying, why didn't you shut your husband up? Why didn't you set him straight? She said, I've sat him down. I've talked to him. I've pointed this stuff out. He's figuring it out. Mm-hmm. She said, that's the thing. It's not my place to do that. Kanye has a journey that he's on, and he's learning from his mistakes.
Good for her.
And so she said, I have to let him do this. What good would it do if I say, don't do that, that's not right? He needs to learn, and he needs to understand how these things work, and realize that there are repercussions. She's letting him pay the price. And that's what she said. She said, he's his own man, he has his own thoughts, and she said, I can guide him. She said, but I'm not going to tell him.
And I think that's a good point to make because
she said
that came up right away, of course, after that
his visit to the Oval Office.
At the Oval Office. All over Twitter the next day, people were like, Kim, God, why can't you talk?
Get your husband on his meds or whatever. And it wasn't that.
Get your husband on his meds. But you know what? The point I find that's weird is that everyone assumes that a wife should tell a husband how to behave, or vice versa. You're supposed to be partners. She can offer an opinion, she can offer some advice, but essentially,
I like the way that she phrased it. She said he's on a journey and he needs to learn his own way, in his own way.
That was well said. Good for her.
Oh no, I thought, well, okay. Yeah. So smart, I get.
Yes.
I get that they're smart.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah.
didn't they also just, with the fire thing, they came forward and
Yes,
they were
yeah,
really
they gave
super
a
supportive,
ton
like
of,
$500,000 of whatever, I don't even know.
But Kanye and Kim did hire their own private firefighters,
that's
apparently.
right. They did.
But they took care of their neighbors, too.
More scandals in Ontario now.
Ooh.
So I know that you have a news story on it, so we
Yes.
won't cover it too much now, but Patrick Brown has written this book, and it's an early release. I forget which news
Yes.
agency got a copy
Yes.
of it in advance. And they released some of the details about what's in this book.
So if you recall, Patrick Brown was kind of forced out of the leadership with the Conservative Party
was the
because
leader
of
of the party.
sexual innuendos,
I believe there were
allegations.
two allegations,
Yes.
never proven in court.
No.
He was recommended to step down
Right.
by his peers,
So then he said when he left, I'm going to write a book.
and boy did
And
he ever.
in this book, he is accusing Vic Fideli, who is
North
working
Bay.
with,
Vic was the mayor of North Bay at
Yeah.
one time, and now he's the MPP.
that there was an allegation, sexual allegation against him from December. So there's a guy who's
said there was a handwritten
lost
note on
his
his desk.
position.
Yeah.
He's lost his position because of sexual accusations. So he writes a book and calls out someone else with sexual allegations.
And Fideli's now going, no, not true. I never.
and
And
Doug
never.
Ford's
And Doug
ticked.
Doe. This is
Oh,
going to be.
Doug's
I'm
like-
going to watch this play out. It's going to be interesting. Anyway,
You know what? Crazy.
on the show today,
Yes.
I have Jennifer Parsons. There's this really amazing thing. It's an online learning service. It's called Contact North. And Jennifer's going to talk all about it. It's brilliant for Northern Ontario, for this, certainly for our region.
Awesome.
For education. And then on the show, I forget who my second guest is right now. Oh, for heaven's sakes. We'll have
It's
to
going to be awesome, though.
It is. It always. And Greyhound tickets to be given away.
Yay!
Who's
Yes.
my second guest? It's early. I'll let you know. It's suspenseful.
You're creating suspense.
I am.
That's-
No, I know what it is. It's from Sioux College, and they're. Oh, how perfect is this? It's the employment people from Sioux College talking about how they get people job ready.
I think it's
Contact North
hilarious
seems
how you surprise yourself when everything works out. Way to go, Tim. Good on you, buddy.
I really know how to put a
tuned.
show together, don't I? We got lots coming up, so don't go anywhere on Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim. Welcome back to Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim, and I'm joined now by Jennifer Parsons from Contact North.
Yes, thank
now,
you.
I was amazed to find out that Contact North has been around since the 1980s.
Yeah, we've been around a little over 30 years.
Over 30 years.
Yeah.
Is it new to Sault Ste. Marie, Jennifer?
No, we've been around for quite a while. There hasn't really been a recruitment officer in the region for a couple of years, so.
So maybe this is why we're starting to hear about it a little
Little fell off the map a little bit, yeah. So my office, our full-time center, is located in Sioux College.
You're in Sioux College?
Yes.
Now, I was blown away by that this even existed.
Yes.
Funded by?
The Ministry of Advanced Education and Skills Development.
Okay, so this is a government
Yeah.
program.
Yep, we're nonprofit.
Non-profit government program. You're the online learning recruitment officer for the Central Algoma region.
Correct.
So what area does that encompass for you then? Who are you serving
So
in this?
Sault Ste. Marie is the biggest kind of population in my territory, and then I go to Thessalon First Nation and then Mississauga First Nation.
Okay. And the concept behind Contact North is online learning.
Yep.
Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about just the background on Contact North?
So Contact North, basically, we partner with Ontario's public colleges and universities,
Okay.
Aboriginal institutes, training development partners, to offer online and distance programming and course options
Okay.
to people in rural communities and people who are underserviced, to provide those kind of programs to them without having to leave their community.
So, I love for instance, you were talking about, for instance, let's say Kapuskasing.
Yep.
So someone's living in Kapuskasing, maybe they are a single mom in Kapuskasing
Yep.
with a child at home.
Yep.
And they want to go to school. Maybe they want to even finish high school. Can you help them with that?
Absolutely.
So online.
Yep.
So they would go online and they do their course out of the comfort of their home.
Yep.
No babysitter because you're home with your child.
Yep.
Right? And you can get your high school diploma that way.
Absolutely.
Or choose a course.
Yeah.
And do you know how many potential courses there are, or is there too many to count?
Right now, I think there's about 3,000 programs.
Holy smokes.
And then a lot like courses, like individual courses, there's a lot more. And then we also have like our training courses, so they're provided for free. So academic upgrading and getting your high school education, that's at no charge.
What are you talking about? You don't, well, I guess because when you go to high school, you don't pay to go to high school. So if you want to go to, no charge.
No charge.
Online.
Yeah.
In your own home. Okay, I'm sorry, the whole concept I think is phenomenal, because education, I mean, you always say it, everyone should have an opportunity for an education, and
yes.
You're offering that.
Absolutely.
So now beyond high school, let's talk college level. You were also saying that there are some courses you can completely do online.
Yep.
And then placements you can find. Do you help them find the placements in their communities, or are they responsible for that? Let's say, for instance, PSW.
Yes.
Let's talk about that right now, because my mother's in a nursing home, and they're just hiring a whole new whack of PSW, personal support workers.
Yep.
They're having a really hard time.
It is. The North is hurting for them.
There's not enough PSW workers for the jobs that are out there. And so this is an area, and Sioux College is apparently, what I've heard from people at Mapleview is that there's not enough coming through the program, not fast enough. So this allows people, once again, let's say in a rural area or somewhere outside of Sault Ste. Marie, they can do their PSW training online.
Yep, starting in January, Sioux College is offering it online. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you would do like your theory online, and then the placement coordinator will help the students find their community
The
placement.
placement coordinator.
Yeah, so anytime that there's like a placement or a field option in programs, typically the college program has a placement coordinator that will work with the students.
So you have all of this in place. The whole infrastructure is there. It's like a college, but you're online.
Yeah, so Contact North isn't like an institution in and of itself.
Right.
We just we partner with the education institutes, and we're kind of like the middleman, really.
I get you. Okay, so the online learning, practical stuff. Sometimes you might actually have to leave your community just to do some practical stuff.
So as for some programs, there is.
What was the one
travel.
you talked about for? Was it mechanical? What was that? Third year.
A third year mechanical. So it's through NCCP, which is Northern College Collaboration Program.
So you can do all of your theoretical stuff online.
Yep.
And then somebody might have to actually travel to do some...
To do like labs, hands-on placement, things like that.
Right.
So it really depends on the program and what their home college kind of has to offer for that.
Okay. Now, you also would help people with potential funding options.
Yeah, so when a student comes in, they sit down with me, we kind of go over their goals, develop like an educational path, and then we'll determine kind of the course of the program that is going to best suit those goals. So I mean that's the main part, is figuring out what it is that they want to do, and then we assist them with researching funding options, whether it's OSAP, Métis Nation of Ontario has done some funding, second career funding. There's a lot of different options, and then researching scholarships, bursaries, things like that.
You provide that service as well?
Absolutely.
What if people can't come in and see you? Do they always have to come to see you in person?
No,
or
not at all.
Not at all?
We, because we're Contact North, we're technological based, we're very flexible, accommodating. So I can meet with people by phone, I can meet with people via Skype if they want to, I can email back and forth.
And some of the classes are like that too, is that right? You have, you say it's a web conferencing, video conferencing, audio conferencing platforms?
Yep, so there's three types. There's online anytime, so that's basically you just go in, you do your modules at your own
own pace, on your own time.
There's online live. So that's going to be, it's very similar to a real life classroom, where there's a scheduled day and time. You log into like your platform and you can like see your instructor teach.
Right.
Yeah.
And then as far as communities that may have an issue with access, first thing that I thought of was a public library.
Yep.
Because I know, for instance, here in Sault Ste. Marie, our library has computer access.
Yep.
Anybody who has a library card can go in and use those computers.
Yep.
So you could actually just go to the library and use their machines.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you also said the colleges. So for instance, Sault College has an area that is...
Yep, so Contact North has our classroom with a workstation. So every online learning center has workstations available. available that has all of the equipment needed to access those courses.
And full technical support too. So if you're at home and you have an issue, and you're talking how many different platforms there are.
There's a lot. It depends on the institution. Sioux College or the Contact North specifically uses Saba. We're transferring over to Adobe Connect soon. So it's a web conferencing platform,
right?
That teachers and students can connect with. But we offer all the technical support.
And you also do resources for instructors.
Yes. So teachonline.ca, if teachers want to start incorporating some of the newer learning technologies and incorporate that into their teaching, there's a lot of resources there to learn how to do that.
So I had no idea. This is amazing to me. And this was a statistic I didn't know about. You said about 30% of our population doesn't have their high school education.
Yep.
And they can get that for free once again through there, and then carry on with all the other programs. So to find out more, do they go to studyonline.ca?
That is correct.
Okay, so that takes you right to that main students page.
Yes. Yes.
From there, they can also go and navigate. It's a really cool website, actually. I was talking to you before saying it's so clear-cut and it's really easy to navigate. Great website. So studyonline.ca will get you to Contact North. This is Jennifer Parsons. Can they also contact you at Sioux College?
Absolutely.
Just by calling Sioux College and find them?
We have our own phone number, so it's 1-855-901-3425.
If I were to go to Contact North and Google that, would I get this information easily?
Yep.
I'd find that and I'd be able to locate you.
Oh, absolutely. Say studyonline.ca as well will lead you to your closest
studyonline.ca will as well. And it's on our screen right now, www.studyonline.ca.
Perfect.
Jennifer Parsons from Contact North, I really thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
I'd like to have you back again and maybe it would be cool to talk to somebody who's actually gone through the program.
Absolutely.
You find me somebody, come back on and we'll talk about how their online learning went.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a deal to me too. Stay with us. We'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this. Oh, the snow on that tree looks so pretty.
Doesn't it?
I was so happy this morning to wake up and look out and see no new snow on my car. That was a good thing.
Yes, absolutely.
I posted a thing yesterday on my Facebook. Because I drive along Northern Avenue to a lot, because I live in that neighborhood. And, it just kills me in this city that 96 hours ago, we had 4 lanes on Northern Avenue.
Now there's like,
and within 4 days, people have forgotten that there's 4 lanes there, and they're just driving as though, especially the eastbound, as though it's like only 1 lane. Oh, we can't fit 2 cars side by side. There's no snowbanks yet. Just because you can't see the lines doesn't mean the lanes have disappeared. It's still 4 lanes. Oh, this city makes me crazy. I posted it and I got a lot of responses. People saying, "I know."
Yeah. When I first moved to the Sioux, the drivers, I was like,
oh, I know. Talked about that for sure.
Yeah.
Do you know what day it is today?
What day is it today?
Clean your refrigerator day. Woo-hoo.
Wow, somebody got to get to the one in our kitchen.
Here at work?
Oh my word, there is stuff in there.
It's growing.
You know what? It's a good thing that those kiwi fruits look fuzzy to start, because there's some, now it's turning colors.
Oh no.
Eck.
I need to clean mine out.
Yeah? I clean mine out every week. Before I go grocery shopping,
really,
I go and I wipe all the shelves out.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, every
good.
I
wish
I'm anal though.
I cleaned my drawers out the other. I cleaned the drawers out the other day, but I didn't get to the glass yet, so that's going to have to happen today. You know why they think it is? They're trying to figure out. You go on these websites and say, "What day is it?" Clean refrigerator day. How did it get started? They think it was started because American Thanksgiving is coming up, and so it's clean your refrigerator, make room for all your leftovers.
Oh, right.
To fill it up again.
It's so awesome when you know your fridge is clean and you bring in new stuff and you place it where it belongs, and then your husband comes around and just pushes it wherever he wants. It's so awesome. I love that part.
Do you ever go to somebody's house? Like, I've gone to visit friends and stayed at their house and open their fridge and go, they keep their fridge so nice. I can see everything, and everything looks fresh, and there's nothing moldy.
You have to come to my house. My fridge, if I say so myself, is awesome.
Okay. Well,
and I place stuff.
Look at, notice, Friday is clean the fridge day.
You know what? Jim is in charge of that kind of thing at the lottery building. And he's like, Clean your fridge Friday, and he'll
Clean
like
your fridge
Tupperware containers. If you don't get it out of there and it's been there for a week.
Okay, clean your fridge Friday. That's a new thing.
So I tell him, take those containers, dump them in the garbage, bring the containers home to me. I'll wash them and I'll have more containers. Then I can organize even better.
So American Thanksgiving, that's their gear up to Christmas, right?
Yes.
So they're getting
the
ready.
Black Friday thing is huge.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they have all their, like, sort of launches all their Christmas decorating and
everything.
stuff. And like, everything goes from Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then boom, everything is decorated for Christmas.
And they call it the holidays because Thanksgiving and Christmas are like right side by side.
I think, go.
I was just going to talk about Michael Avenatti. Do you recognize that name?
There he is.
Yes, he's the lawyer for Stormy Daniels, who has laid sexual assault allegations against the President of the United States. He was arrested.
Did she say sexual assault though, or no? It was more like extortion.
Oh, you're right.
Whatever. She didn't charge him with sexual assault, but she's saying
she just said that she had an affair with him. You're absolutely right. Yes, thank you.
That's okay.
But he was arrested for domestic.
Michael was.
Yes.
He has an ex-wife. Mm-hmm. And apparently they have still a residence that they co-own, or an apartment or whatever that they co-own, and so they were together there for some reason, and she came running out of the building with sunglasses on, screaming that he'd beaten her.
Apparently there are marks on her.
Red face. And he came out after, apparently screaming, "Don't listen to her. I can't believe you're doing this to me. I didn't hit her. She pushed me first," or something. So anyway, now
that could be
he's been arrested, and he is dealing with this the way that he recommended that other people deal with accusations. He's saying the police were amazing.
Yes.
He said they treated me with absolute respect. I appreciate the process we had to go through. I am 100% innocent, but I will go through what I have to go through to prove it, and I look forward to clearing my name. Because what he's always said is, if you're guilty, then don't be afraid of the investigation.
Well, right, let them investigate.
And his current wife is saying, my husband is not an abuser. And so I wouldn't be a bit surprised if, well, no, I'm not going to go there, because you know what? We don't say that it's not true.
No.
I'm not going to come up with a conspiracy theory, because that's what a Republican would do. Shush.
We have news coming up right after this commercial break. Yes, so we hope you stay tuned to Mornings with Luann and Tim on TV. And welcome back to Bum Slide Thursday's edition of Mornings with Luann and Tim. He's all ready.
I'm ready for Christmas. I'm ready for the Santa Claus parade on Saturday.
Yes.
I love Christmas.
That's not how you sound for Mamma Mia, is it?
No.
Oh, good.
Mamma Mia.
Speaking of
here I go again.
Speaking of Christmas, Rockefeller tree, huge tradition in the States, right?
Yes, and the lighting of the tree and Rockefeller
like it's huge, right?
That? Oh, there's a picture.
Well, they've just released the tree topper, and Swarovski made it.
Crystals.
Yes, and it weighs 900 pounds, and it has 70 spikes coming out of it. This thing is honking. Almost as big as my engagement ring.
Okay, Lady Gaga. Yes. What do you do with something like that after you've done it? Like, what do you use? 900-pound crystal with 7 pounds. How many spikes?
70. It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. So you can imagine, though, on Twitter, people are like, "What if that falls on my head?" That's pretty spiky.
How does a tree hold up a 9? It's got to be on its own thing.
Huge, though. The tree's monstrous.
Yeah, I know a tree's monstrous, but can it hold a 900?
Well, the trunk of the tree's got to be like, right?
How do you can't balance a 900-pound crystal. How do they do that? I want to find out. How do they get it to stay up there?
Maybe they have a little Santa elf holding it.
Do you think there's a crane?
No, I think it's a Santa elf.
A Santa elf.
Sitting on the top, holding it. Forever.
I just laughed and got a headache behind my left eye. That's not good.
All right then,
so
just like that.
When's the lighting happen?
I'm not sure.
The lighting of the tree in Rockefeller, it happens after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
That's what I was talking about in the previous segment.
Yeah, and our tree lighting is tonight here in Sault Ste. Marie, downtown.
Oh my
in front of the
goodness,
courthouse.
this is it. It's
Yes,
today.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, but the whole street party starts at
Yes,
6.
yeah.
You guys, they're shutting it down from church, no, pimp, yeah. You know, that end of town, all the way to the other end of town.
Awesome. We're hoping to help you.
They're closing
find
it down
parking.
from one street to the other.
Wow.
I know.
Crazy.
It's a big, long Queen Street closure.
Yes, it
with
is.
hand warming stations, free s'mores.
Free s'mores and free hot chocolate from Tim Hortons. Live music.
More than
People
free
are
hot
gonna
chocolate from
see-
Tim Hortons. There's also hot chocolate competition. You go from business to business trying their hot chocolates and then you vote on them.
Can you bring like a Mickey of vodka with you?
Shush, Luann.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I don't know, no.
Why? That would be fun. By the end of it, everybody's a winner. I love all of you.
And the stores are open till like 11 o'clock.
Yes, yes.
And the cast of Mamma Mia is going down because it's also the starting of the Lung Association Festival of
Festival of
Trees. And the
Trees
machine
at the
shop
machine
starts
shop.
tonight and Mamma
Yeah.
Mia's performing there. They've got 85 Christmas trees there that you can, and you can win
stunning,
them.
gorgeous. We have to do a draw because we're running
Oh,
out of
I
time.
almost forgot.
I didn't.
The Greyhounds, we have 2 tickets to the Greyhounds game, and the question was on Sue Online has great contests, by the way.
Yes, awesome.
Sue Online has a contest page. Go there, Sue Online/contest, something like that. Go look for it, and there's contests on the contest page.
Really?
You can win stuff
Wow.
like Mamma Mia tickets
On
or
the
Sue
contest
Greyhound
page.
tickets. Guess who won?
Who won?
Edward Bradley, and not the guy from 60 Minutes, not that Ed Bradley.
Our Edward Bradley.
Sault Ste. Marie Edward Bradley will be contacting you. There were, I believe, 67 entries.
Awesome.
We had the random number selection, and it does this brrr, bing, and the winner was number whatever. He was number 37.
37.
Edward Bradley, congratulations. The question was, who will the Sioux Greyhounds be playing on November the 16th? The correct answer was Ottawa 67s. Interesting because there were 67 entries. Haha. See how that worked? Anyway, congratulations, Edward Bradley. You're going to a Greyhound game.
You know what? Greyhounds, always a huge draw, so congrats, Ed. Enjoy the game.
Congratulations. And now, coming up after this banter, will be Tony Shoas and Melissa Cuglietta from Employment Solutions at Sioux College. It's all about education and jobs today. I'm amazing.
Just ask them. We'll be back right after this.
So there's sort of a theme going on today with the show because we started with Contact North, and they're about education and getting people their diplomas or certification or whatever. And here you are. The next step would be getting a job.
Absolutely.
Employment Solutions is here. So Melissa Cuglietta, welcome, and Tony, I'm going to say it right, Shoas.
Correct.
Nice to have you with us. So even though you're located in Sioux College, we want to stress that the services that Employment Solutions provides are for the entire community, regardless of whether you're a student at Sioux College or not. Is that correct? Have I got
Yes.
that right?
Well, partly.
Oh, partly. You set me straight, Melissa. You're the marketing person. You tell me what I need to know.
Well, we are a department of Sioux College, yes, but
Okay.
we're actually located off campus since we do serve the community. Yes.
I should have looked at the address.
That's okay.
You're on you're in the station tower. Oh, I know where you are.
Yes, you.
That's great. You're 4th floor.
Yes.
Correct.
I've been there actually. I know some people who work there. That's so. You've been there for a long time.
I haven't.
But the business, I mean, they're
Yes.
located.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
You've
Yes.
been located there for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
years,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
John Meadows. That's going back a gazillion years. I think at one point John Meadows, who used to be a broadcaster in Sault Ste. Marie,
Okay.
he ended up working there. Wow.
Right.
Before
So,
our time.
how long has Employment Solutions been around as far as you know?
Oh, but we're well over a decade into business for sure, and that's the reason really that we are off campus is because our goal is to serve the whole community. We'll have, for example, I know just the other week an accountant came in. This woman is over 50 years old, but looking to add and upgrade to her job scenario, looking for a more stable position, more hours, that sort of thing. So we work with all age ranges, really from 15 to 65, really, and being off campus means that the whole community really feels comfortable coming into our office. We're not an on-campus student focus. We're there for the whole community. We do support students as well, and we even have an office in Blind River, meaning we deliver services all along the North Shore as well.
Excellent.
Yes.
Now, when you talk about the services you provide, can you give me an example of some of the things you would do for people to help them be job ready, or to apply for a job, or all the stuff that you do?
Absolutely. One of the things that we do is we have employment consultants available Monday to Friday, and you can just drop in to see them. So no appointment is ever necessary,
Really?
and it's same day service. So someone can drop in Monday to Friday between 8:30 and 4:30. Those are our hours, and they can see a consultant. They can come in and say, I need help finding a job, or I'm trying to change a field, or I'm working part-time looking for full-time. Whatever the scenario is, then you can ask to see someone, and usually see someone in less than 30 minutes.
And that consultant is trained then to ask all the right questions, right? To find out what this person, what their goal is. Is that we're looking for goal-oriented sort of, and probably do you go with a strengths-based approach? Like, what are you good at? What do you love? What are your passions? And so that do they consider that as well?
Absolutely.
Basic skills that a person has.
That's right. It's a full assessment process, and we look at education, experience, goals of the individual, and we're obviously very tuned into the labor market, so we know where the jobs are. That's a big side of our business, is our relationship with employers. We have funding available that helps employers with training their current staff. So we end up with a really great relationship with virtually every employer across the region, really. And those employers contact us right away to say, we're looking to fill a position. Who do you have? Who are your clients? Do you have somebody who could help us with this? We need an assistant manager in this new manufacturing business we're getting into. Can you help us find that individual? So we're constantly in touch with the employers.
See, I forgot about that aspect of it, that not only do people who are looking for work come to you, but people who are looking to hire come to you, and you connect them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're like a liaison.
Yes. Wrap around service.
So what about job readiness? Do you offer any kind of prepping, training to get ready to teach people how to deal with interviews and do resumes? Do you walk people through that process as well? Do you offer that kind of service?
We actually offer a resume writing workshop every Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Wednesdays we are open late until 6 o'clock, so people can access the resource room. And that workshop is open to the public at 4 o'clock every Wednesday.
Is there a charge for that?
There is no charge. All of our workshops, other than SmartServe, are free.
Because you're funded through the college and the government? Is that how that works?
Yes.
Wow, that's a great deal.
Yeah.
So you get all these services for free, other than the SmartServe, which that's a certification that you're paying for. It's a government charge that,
that's not a government-based one. Yeah,
exactly. And ages, you said everything from teenagers looking for employment.
Yeah, exactly. And that's we do have a focus on youth programming as well. And we consider youth to be any age range between 15 to 29 years old, which is great for this table. That's the government delineation,
yes, right? But great for this table, yes,
absolutely.
Because we're all like under 30. And dog years.
Of course.
But truly, the government does consider you to be a youth until you're 29.
Exactly, and all of our services are actually in some ways better than free, Tim, because we offer paid training for those youth. If they come in for our programs, we'll give them soft skill training. For example, what's your image on social media? Is that going to impact your search for a job? Do you know how to take initiative on the job? So all of that training, they can come in and get paid training in that situation, and then our staff will support them on a paid job placement as well.
When someone comes in and they say, okay, so my email address is funkygirl19, do you kind of say, you might want to create a new email address that isn't, your high school, the one that you made up when you were in grade 7?
Exactly.
That's one of the tips I'm sure you give.
Yeah.
Do you ever give people advice about what to wear to interviews?
Yes, actually, especially those who are working with our employment consultants, or if they're part of Youth Job Connection or Youth Job Link programs. or doing a job placement with our job development team, anyone can provide that assistance, and we do have someone specific who works in our lab, who helps with specialized resume writing, cover letter writing,
Wow.
who also does mock interviews.
And youth readiness for jobs is a big concern right now, because I know that I've read articles actually saying that today's generation, a lot of the kids just are not prepared for when they go to apply for a job, and they don't have the right attitude or the right outlook. You help them with this as well?
Exactly. There is really a big gap between employer expectations and youth expectations, and it's a complicated process to bring those generations closer together, and that's a big part of our job. We help the employers acknowledging that they're going to need to devote some staff to training that youth, so we help them financially with that training, and then we're there as a constant support for the youth who's really getting into their first career pathway.
Fantastic. So Employment Solutions located at 421 Bay Street, 4th floor of the station tower. As Melissa mentioned, you can just stop in, no appointment necessary. You'll be seen by a job consultant. What'd you call them?
Employment consultant.
Right?
Same thing.
And so thank you very much for your time.
Thanks
I
so much,
appreciate you
Tim.
coming in.
Thanks
And if
for
you have any
having
more
us.
questions, you know where to find these folks. Employment Solutions. There it is. There's your website right there, folks. We'll be back to say goodbye with Luann right after this. Don't go anywhere. An hour with you flies by like that. It's so much
Doesn't
fun.
it? Boy, we had just the quickest show today.
It flew. You know you love your job when boom,
Yes.
it's done. Although now we have to sit at our desks for the next 7 hours. But thanks for joining us for this morning, and we hope to see you all tomorrow for Friday.
Friday. Enjoy your bum slide Thursday. Thanks for watching.